That's right, we're finally going to fix our charging issue entirely at this point. We're going to remove the outlet we just installed, which is something like this here. A simple 1450, NEMA 1450 outlet that we picked up at Lowe's this time around. It's just these are really not designed to handle the workload that an EV charger needs. So we ordered this bad boy. It is also a NEMA 1450, but as you can see, it's way more heavy duty. This is what's called an industrial plug. This is made by a company called Bryant, which is actually produced by the same company as Hubbell. You probably have heard of them before with all these videos you've watched about installing these for electric vehicles. They're like $100, $150 for that outlet. This is the exact same thing spec-wise, made by them, just under another subsidiary brand name. And this one was only 50 bucks. It doesn't end there though, you need a couple other accessories, point in case. We need a new faceplate. I know they look the same, but put this one behind there, as you'll see. The outlet opening is much larger for that industrial one. So let's get this other one installed that we installed just about a week ago, and let's get the correct one in there now. But as you already saw, first things first, I turned off the breaker, so that way there's no chance of But also, if you have any concerns doing this, please hire a certified electrician. I am not an electrician. I do not pretend to be one. I don't make suggestions as if I am one. This is me just doing a simple home project for entertainment purposes only. And I've also checked with electricians before I've done this. First things first, let's remove the old outlet. And it's removed, and it does not look like we had the same issues as last time. Although I would say this one was actually loose, and these were torqued down last time to the proper. So it did come loose. Remember last time, if you watched the last video, every single one of them was loose, and actually our black hot wire was actually even melted. That was no good. That's why we switched it out with this one. Now let's get our new industrial plug. Not like the last one, this one doesn't use a traditional Phillips screwdriver or flathead screwdriver. It actually uses Allen wrenches. So let's get these wired up and let's rock and roll. You know, it's funny, I just heard someone driving down our street and I was like, I wonder if my wife's getting home. Oh yeah, I'm driving an electric car, I can't hear her driving in if I wanted to. Wouldn't you know it, as I start doing this, the Allen wrenches I have, none are the right size. But luckily, I had one in another toolkit, so yay. Let's get this done. The comment earlier, I'll take it back. I do hear her backing up because it sounds like a spaceship just pulled into my driveway. When you do something like this, you should always do it to the correct pounds of torque. So that part's always easy. The actual wiring, making sure everything's nice and tight. It's just these cables unfortunately give you no give. So it's like impossible to get them back in there easily. In fact, this is a struggle. I'd rather you not see this. Well, I'm glad we weren't recording me attempting to do that because this is not going to fit in there because of the length and the fact that this is a rather larger gauge wire. Once I got these top in, this bottom part would not go down because there's just not enough room back there for all this cable. And that's because when you compare this one to the old one, it is actually, if you can tell, a little bit longer than the previous model. So this is frustrating, very frustrating. This is the part they never show you in all these installation videos, is it's like impossible to coax these back into the wall once you have it hooked up. I have no words. Finally got it installed. I had to cut off quite a bit of the cable they had there because it was just so rigid, the box. It's done. Everything's in there nice and tight. Everything's to spec. Goodness gracious. Hopefully the faceplate isn't that hard. It's done. Let's plug it in and go flip the breaker. Let's see what happens. Hopefully nothing except charging. I can already tell you that's a nice, more snug fit than this one was. Well, it seems to be charging. So it came online again really quickly, and as you can see, it actually is showing it's connected to our Model 3, aka the Batmobile, and it shows that it's charging. We went ahead and started it because we want to see if it's going to be working correctly right now. Everything seems to be going. We're getting the full 32 amps. Now we're just going to watch it for a while just to make sure. This is stressful. Although I don't really plan on using this one again, the standard one, I'm still going to hold on to it. It's always good to have a spare, and I already paid for it anyway. Because it was doing fine. It's just they don't really last long term, which is the whole point of us switching out to this industrial outlet. The basic ones you get from like a Home Depot or Lowe's are designed for not regular use, but like, you know, you use your range maybe once a day, twice a day. You use your dryer a couple times a week. So it's designed for those kind of smaller payloads of 240 volt. This industrial one's really designed for heavier use, like welders and things like that. People that work 7-8 hours a day using these outlets. Is it going to last forever? No, but it's going to last way longer than one of these ones did. Not the Bryant one, that's the new one. One of these cheaper ones that we got for like 10 bucks. This is one of those things you definitely get what you pay for. So spend the money. And if you don't do this, please start it. It drives me crazy. When you're done, put away your tools and clean up your mess. And just like that, we're back. It's been about 2 days since we switched out the outlet from the generic one we got at Lowe's to the industrial one we got off Amazon. And so far, so good. It's charged it just fine. There's been no smell of, you know, hot or overheating or burning, which is the problem we had with the original one we had to switch out. And a lot of people have reached out and saying that, hey, these 1450 outlets aren't a permanent solution for charging, especially when you're using the wall connector like we are. I'm fully aware. But for what we need to do, it's a perfectly viable solution, and it's working just fine. And if we ever decide to move or switch out, it's just a matter of unplugging it at this point. Now, when we decide this is our permanent solution with that wall connector, then yeah, we've talked about it. I'm definitely going to have it hardwired installed. And that's something I don't trust doing myself. That's for something, since we're running high voltage cables essentially through the wall, I want a licensed professional to come in and do it. All that being said is, even if you do hire a professional, make sure you double check their work, because that was a very scary situation when we found the melted outlet. So, double check the work, double check it again. I guess that's triple check at that point. And if you think there's an issue or problem, don't just wait to see if it fixes itself. Go and fix it right away. I'm glad I noticed it when I did, because in the long run, that could have burned down our nice new house that we had just got. So all in all, it's all fixed. This is the final part in our EV charging issue. Well, so far, I'm assuming it's our final part. And right now, we're working like a champ. We got both cars charging every night. We've had no issues in that regard. Charging life is good at the moment. Hey guys, thanks for taking another short ride with us. Let's take another ride again soon. And bye-bye, everybody. If you haven't done so, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks to y'all, we have surpassed our 200 subscriber mark that we've been looking out for. And right now, we're at 222 as of recording this video. We've put on 50 new subscribers in the last 25 days. So yay. You know, if you want to be cool, make sure you subscribe too and go back and watch our other videos. Bye-bye, everybody.